Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's relationship will never be the same again. IYO Sky will walk into WrestleMania 41 as the reigning WWE Women's World Champion. The genius of the Sky had an intense confrontation with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley on Raw this week. During the latest episode of Legion of Raw on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, Vince Russo criticized WWE for how they booked IYO Sky on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw. "I don't understand the decision to let IYO Sky talk. I don't understand it, bro. It's bad. It's really, really bad, bro. When you see Shohei Ohtani on television and bro, Shohei has been playing in the major leagues, baseball, for a very long time. So Shohei can speak English. Yeah, he has an interpreter every single time you see Shohei on TV. You know why that is? Because he doesn't want to look stupid because he knows English. He can speak English, but he's not 100% comfortable with it. So a star of his status, he doesn't want to go out there and what? 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 What did you say? What? So he goes out there with an interpreter sometimes. I swear to God, knowing Bruce Pritchard, I'm like, is this a rib on her? Like, are they letting her talk because Bruce thinks it's funny? She should have an interpreter because it's bad, bro. She does not speak good English. The contract signing segment between IYO Sky and Bianca Belair saw a twist this week on Raw. Although she was not part of the match, Rhea Ripley forcibly put pen to paper after getting into a confrontation with both women. It remains to be seen what's next for these three women on the road to WrestleMania 41. WWE has been known for its moments of brilliance, occasionally blurring the lines between what's being done for the benefit of the company and what's being used as a means to critique or test the performers within it. One such incident involving IYO Sky, a rising star in WWE's women's division, has been the subject of criticism in recent weeks. WWE veteran and former talent, who asked to remain anonymous, has expressed concern over how the company is handling IYO Sky's involvement in Monday Night Raw, particularly when it comes to the direction of her character and storylines. This issue has sparked debate among fans and industry insiders alike, questioning whether this is just part of the creative process or if it's being done to purposely undermine her momentum. Let's break down the controversy surrounding IYO Sky's current positioning on Raw and explore why some feel it's a direct attack on her potential. IYO Sky, a name that fans have become familiar with during her time in NXT, has garnered a dedicated following due to her incredible in-ring ability, high-flying style, and undeniable charisma. As a member of Damage CTRL, Sky's skills have allowed her to shine in matches both within her faction and on her own. However, in recent months, her role on the main roster has been called into question. While she continues to have standout moments, her presence on Raw seems to fluctuate between relevance and a perceived lack of direction. This concern comes after a recent storyline on Raw, where IYO Sky found herself in a segment that many believed didn't do justice to her talents. The decision to involve her in this particular storyline has caused quite a stir, with some industry veterans wondering whether this move was a rib on her, a term used in professional wrestling to describe when a wrestler is the subject of a joke, prank, or subtle humiliation, usually by fellow wrestlers or higher-ups in the company. According to the unnamed veteran, the way IYO Sky was used in this segment was puzzling, as it seemed to undermine her potential rather than build upon it. The criticism stems from how the storyline unfolded. Rather than giving IYO Sky a substantial feud or a prominent role that aligned with her strengths, the creative team seemingly placed her in a situation where she had little agency or opportunity to showcase her skills. The creative decision was more about the amusement of the higher-ups rather than creating a meaningful storyline that would elevate IYO Sky in the eyes of fans. This combined with the fact that her time on the mic and in the ring seemed minimal compared to other superstars, has raised questions about WWE's true intentions for her character. Veterans in the industry, particularly those who have experienced similar treatment during their own careers, have been vocal in their concerns. They argue that WWE, in its current state, often mishandles talent, especially those who come from NXT or have a different wrestling style than the typical WWE mold. They point out that stars like IYO Sky, who thrive on their unique skill sets and diverse backgrounds, sometimes find themselves placed in confusing or underwhelming storylines that don't allow them to reach their full potential. This, they claim, could be a strategic move to see how the performer responds to adversity, or, in some cases, may simply be a decision made with little regard for the long-term development of the talent involved. However, some fans and members of the WWE universe remain optimistic about IYO Sky's future despite the criticism. While her role on Raw may not be as high-profile as some other superstars, her skills in the ring remain unmatched, and many believe that if WWE gives her the right platform, she can become one of the biggest stars in the company. Fans have expressed frustration at what they perceive as wasted potential, but are holding out hope that the company will recognize her talent and give her the storyline she deserves. On the flip side, some supporters of WWE's creative direction argue that IYO Sky's involvement in these segments is simply part of the process. They claim that WWE often takes time to build characters, sometimes experimenting with different angles to see what resonates best with the audience. This could be the case for IYO Sky, with her current storyline being seen as a way to test her adaptability and ability to shine under any circumstance. For these fans, the idea is that IYO Sky is still being given opportunities, and with patience, her time will come when WWE provides her with a more prominent storyline. Others in the industry argue that this is an unfortunate trend that has plagued many of WWE's foreign talent. There is a long history of talent coming from other wrestling organizations and facing significant struggles when transitioning to WWE's main roster. This trend is often attributed to WWE's desire to have performers adapt to its specific style and persona, which may clash with the wrestler's natural styles or creative preferences. IYO Sky, hailing from Japan and being trained in a style vastly different from WWE's, may find herself caught in this balancing act of wanting to maintain her identity while also fulfilling WWE's creative vision. The fact that WWE has yet to solidify IYO Sky's role in a main storyline also speaks to the company's approach to new talent on the roster. While some wrestlers are immediately thrust into major feuds or championship opportunities, others are given more time to settle in, often relegated to secondary angles or tag team competition. For a talent like IYO Sky, who has already proven herself in NXT as a top-tier wrestler, this extended period of not being placed in a championship-level storyline can feel frustrating both to her and her fans. It's particularly perplexing when you consider her immense potential and how her style could inject new life into the women's also division. Touches on a deeper, long-standing issue that many in the wrestling world feel exists: the treatment of talent within WWE. For every star that rises to the top and receives a substantial push, there are countless others who struggle to gain meaningful traction despite their undeniable talents. The idea of using talent as a pawn in creative games, whether as a rib or as a test of their worth, continues to raise ethical questions about WWE's practices. While some may argue that this is simply part of the wrestling business, others feel that it creates an unhealthy environment for the talent involved, especially those who are still trying to establish themselves on the main roster. Moreover, WWE's habit of focusing on established stars rather than giving new talent the space to shine has led to dissatisfaction from both fans and wrestlers alike. While WWE has produced numerous breakout stars, the company's long-standing habit of sticking to familiar names and storylines has led to criticisms of its creative strategy. For someone like IYO Sky, who arrived with great potential and high expectations. The lack of a meaningful, focused storyline on Raw feels like a missed opportunity. As the story continues to unfold, IYO SKY's fate in WWE remains uncertain. Will the company eventually recognize her true potential and elevate her to the top of the women's division? Or will she remain in the background, struggling to find her place among a roster full of heavy hitters? The next few months will undoubtedly be crucial for her career, as WWE decides whether to finally give her the storyline she deserves or continue to treat her as a secondary player in the ongoing narrative of Raw. It's important to remember that professional wrestling is an industry where storylines are constantly changing, and opportunities can arise unexpectedly. While the current situation for IYO SKY may not seem ideal, it's also possible that WWE is simply biding its time and planning for a larger push in the future. Time will tell if this controversial segment was a blip on the radar or a turning point in her WWE journey. In the meantime, IYO SKY's loyal fans continue to support her, holding out hope that the company will eventually see what they already know, that she is more than capable of being one of the biggest stars in the women's division. Until then, the criticism surrounding her current positioning on Raw may serve as a wake-up call for WWE to reconsider how it uses its talent and whether it's time to stop testing stars like IYO SKY and start giving them the opportunity to succeed. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.